to the smaller half. So we are here with our new friend Rosie. She is Emery's new puppy. She's about 10 months old. She is a mix between a Chihuahua and a Pekingese. And we've never had a long-haired dog in our house before. They've always been shorter-haired dogs. And so this is our first. And one great thing about a short-haired dog is they tend to not shed quite as much. And so with having Rosie now, we've had her for almost 2 weeks.
Yep.
She's getting used to our house, getting used to us, getting used to Bella. And one thing that I really wanted to do is make sure that we are brushing her to help with that shedding. I figure if we brush her every single morning, hopefully she won't shed quite as much throughout the day. So we went on Amazon and we ordered 3 really cheap brushes. Each one of these brushes is right around $5. And we are going to try them out for you and let you know which one we think is the best tool to help with Rosie's fur not being all over our house and all over our clothes. I don't know if you can see Kinley. She has been holding Rosie and a cat today, and I know this is a black shirt, but she's covered in hair. So much hair. It's crazy.
Oh, it's like white, kind of.
It's tons. So we are going to try to avoid that in the future by keeping Rosie a little bit more brushed and help with that shedding. So we chose 3 different brushes that specifically said that they help with shedding. And for long-haired dogs as well. So this first one is called Self-Cleaning Slicker Brush. Looks like this. This actually works for cats and dogs if you wanted to. It says it's great for long, medium, short, thick, wiry, or curly dog hair. So this one kind of does a little bit for everything. And it also says that it grooms and it massages the animal's coat. So that's really nice to know. It's self-cleaning. Nice and easy. There's a little button that you push. So this one should be really cool. You want to open that one, sweetheart? And then the next one actually came with 2 brushes in this one. Still right around $5. And the way that this one works is it straps around your hand. So it works for different sized hands. It'll work nice for Kinley, but also for Ben to be able to brush her. Hold on, sweetie. And it just goes on your hand and you use this to brush. It's nice and soft. This one also is great for massaging as well as getting the hair.
This one is called Pet Comb.
And our last one.
And the color is blue and it's actually really cool.
Okay, so I saw quite a few of these online that had more like a metal comb on there, and I didn't know how that was going to work, if that could possibly hurt the dog. This one has the metal and then this plastic right afterwards. And I believe this one also, you can remove this in order to get the hair out. So, Kinley, which one? What we're going to do is today we are going to brush her with one of them and just kind of watch her, see how the day goes. And then we'll come back and report to you on her shedding. And then we'll do this 2 more different days. So we get a real accurate amount of hair that we're removing with each brush to see which brush we think works the best to help with the shedding throughout the day for our sweet Rosie girl. Okay, Kinley, which one do you want to try today?
Okay, I want to try these ones.
Okay. So now today, because we have 2 of these, we're going to each put one on our hand. So now what we're going to do is we are just going to brush Rosie. We're going to brush her head, a little bit on her ears, because she has these really cute, sweet, long-haired ears. They're a little bit crimped like the 80s. It's great. And then down her back, her tail, her stomach, everywhere we can. So let's just see how this works, and I'll show you the amount of hair that comes off on it. So far, I'm not seeing any hair in the brush. I think that Rosie likes it, though. Does it feel really good, Rosie? So some of the hair is coming off.
Yeah.
So she has really soft fur that likes to just kind of float, and I can see it all floating all over the place. That's why we chose to do this outside, because this brush it's nice. I can tell that Rosie likes it, and I can tell it is getting some hair, but it's not doing the best job of collecting all the hair on the brush. The hair's flying, the hair's on me, the hair's on the blanket that we're sitting on. So far, I'm not sure really how I feel about this brush. A lot of loose stray furs all over her back still, even though I'm brushing. Oh, there's a big clump. I got a big clump of rosy hair. It really is getting a ton of the hair off of her. It's getting in our faces, right? It's like flying up and getting on our noses and in our lips. It's a really long furry tail, don't you, Rosie?
Oh my goodness, I feel ticklish.
This brush is nice and comfortable to hold in my hand. It just fits right around like that, so it's almost like I'm just petting her with little comb teeth on my hand. It's very easy to pull the hair off. If you can see all of that. Very, very easy to pull it off the brush because the brush is all made of plastic, very soft plastic.
Her back is so...
But her back is covered in all the hair that we've brushed off her. Look at all this hair, Rosie girl. There's tons of hair on me, on my shirt, on my pants, on the blanket. I'm sure we lost a little bit of hair that flew away, just trying to get it off the brush now so that we can take this back inside. We're actually going to give it a couple of days. We'll give it a couple of days before we brush her again with one of these other brushes to see the difference in how much hair comes off the brush. You are covered, girlfriend. Holy cow. Your shirt might as well be white, or like it's like a dog hair shirt. Just to see if we see a big difference between these three brushes, and we'll let you know at the end which one is our favorite brush, which one really helps with Rosie's hair.
What a good girl, yes you are. You're so good. Okay, so it's been a couple of days and I wanted to do a little update on the last brush that we tried. You know, it did get a lot of hair off her at the time, but we noticed that there was just tons of hair for the next day or two. Every time we pet her, every time she jumped on the couch, if we held her on our laps, hair all over us. So, are you trying to get away? I have the next brush that we are going to try and see if this one prevents any future shedding. That's kind of what... This brush has a handle and a button on the top, and as you push it, these little metal teeth, little brush thing comes out. Okay, so let's go ahead and give Rosie a little brush and see what happens. I'm kind of nervous to do it too deep because I don't want to scratch her because they're really metally scratchy things. Okay, how does that feel, Rosie? What do you think? Getting deeper down into her coat, closer to her skin than the last brush did. And I can see that it is already starting to pull some hair out. Be soft around her ears. She's got a lot of fur around her ears. She's got this long, crimpy, cute fur. Hey, do you like this? Huh? She's doing pretty good staying on my lap while I'm brushing her. She's not trying to run away. And she had a few tangles right around her ears that I didn't even realize she had until I started brushing them. So it's doing a really good job of detangling her hair and getting quite a lot of it on the brush. Does it feel good? On your back? You get a little doggy massage? Get your tummy. Wow, there is so much hair in this brush. And the other nice thing about this, the other brush that we were using didn't stay in the brush. There's a couple pieces flying around right now, but for the most part, the last brush that we used, the hair just was like flying off. And this is keeping most of the hair contained in the brush. Okay, so this is the hair that I collected, and I didn't even do a very good brushing because she finally did decide she wanted to go away. So, look at that. So when you pop the teeth, see they're out now, you pop them back in, then the hair's just right there. So I guess that's what it means by self-cleaning. It's pretty easy. Push the button to make the teeth come out, and when you pop them back in, it just easily releases all the hair off, and you're ready for the next time you want to brush your dog. So I will let you know how it goes over the next day, if she is super shedding or if this actually helped to remove most of the loose hair that was going to be shedding anyway. So we'll see. So now we are moving on to this brush. This brush got great reviews and looked pretty cool on Amazon, but now that I have it in my hand, I'm like, this is really weird. So it has kind of a metal piece there that looks like you can remove it. And then there's a plastic little tooth area there. I don't know, we're gonna give it a shot. So Rosie actually, with how floofy fluffy
her ears are. I noticed today when I was petting her, she has two tiny, must be under this ear, two tiny little rat's nests in her hair that need to be brushed out. So we're gonna see if this works, but I'm gonna be really gentle because this metal seems painful to her. So I'm gonna be really careful. Okay, Rosie, let's brush you. Oh yeah, see? It's like challenging to get through. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. She doesn't look enthused. Here, stand up here like this. That's a good girl. Are you happy about this brush? Okay, there we go. It's brushing a little better now, but it does. It kind of gets held up, and it's getting some hair in there if you can see it. So it's working that it's getting the hair out. So it's funny because even though this one kind of looks like the one that made me the most nervous, as long as you're really, really careful, it's actually doing a fantastic job getting the hair. Unfortunately, it's just a little bit. There's a little hairball. Because it's just very, very small. So you would have to brush a lot on this dog to get it all off. Let's see if I can get her up here again. This brush did definitely say that it was good for long and short-haired dogs. So here's those knots that I was telling you about. Wow, this brush is really getting in there and getting through those knots. Some of those other brushes, the teeth are so wide. Whoops, sorry, Rosie. So wide that they weren't able to really get down into her fur. And this one's doing a great job. So here's her tail. And we noticed that when she sheds, there's a lot of hair, you know, left on furniture and on our clothes and stuff. But we do notice that a lot of it is these long tail hairs. So I'm thinking if we worked hard to keep her brushed every day or every other day, we would have a whole lot less shedding in our house. That's my goal here. Wow, look at all that. See, I feel like this is more hair than I got with those other brushes. More loose hair on the dog that would have just fallen out around my house. I don't know. This is gonna be hard to decide which one I like the best. I'm actually glad that we tried all these brushes because what I like best might be a little different than what Emery likes for her dog. What do you think, Rose Pose? Man, it gets all the hair. I'm really impressed with this brush. So this one definitely is a little bit higher up on my favorites than the other one. We've got quite some fluff here from Rosie, and all of this hair was just going to end up on my furniture, on my carpet, all over the place. Okay, so we have one more brush to try. This one I didn't plan on purchasing, but after I started these videos I saw on Amazon and I had to grab it. So we are actually going to be reviewing a total of 4 brushes on this video. So stay tuned for one more that I'll give it a few days and try it again so we can get some actual real results of brushing your dog instead of just doing it right now, because this one did a pretty great job. All right, I'll see ya. So we are now trying the very last dog brush tool that we purchased. I kind of purchased this one after I started the video because I saw it on Amazon and I thought this is really cool. So it's a Pet Grooming Glove. So as you are petting your dog, you're actually brushing them at the same time and de-shedding your dog from having all those loose hairs that fall out all over your house. So we're going to try. She really did shed so much less after that last one that we used. And so I was really happy with that last tool. Okay, so this has a glove part with little soft plastic nodules, and it has a adjustable band that goes around your wrist. So you just put your hand in and tighten it around your wrist like that. And I just did that one-handed. It was super easy. So you could be holding your dog and start it. All right, ready, Rosie? We're gonna get you a little rub, okay? She's growling at Bella. Okay.
Daddy.
Look at that. Oh, I think she likes it. She's definitely staying still a little more than the brush the other day. But the problem is I can see hair just flying through the air right now. This would definitely be better done outside in case you just let the wind pick up the hair and blow it away. Yeah, see, Kinley's getting some.
It's getting hair on my fingers though, in between, if you can see. So this is really nice because I can do around her ears really easily and I don't have any worry about hurting her like that last brush. Right all around her neck. Get her legs even. None of the brushes were very good for legs. This one, I mean, I'm just able to brush the whole way down. That's actually really a cool little tip with this one. All right. Hold her. We can go through her tail the same way where you just kind of grab onto it and brush through it and get all those stray pieces of hair. I have so much rosy hair on my glove right now. But yeah, I have hair all over my dress that I'm wearing. There's hair all over this, which is awesome. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm kind of torn right now. I think that I have two favorites. Kinley wants to give it a try. I think that this one is my favorite if you are going for an outdoor brush, so those flyaway hairs are okay, as well as more of just a really good massage brushing for your dog where you can get all the parts. You can get their ears, you can get around their face, you can get their legs, their tail really well because you can change the shape of the brush that you're using because it's a glove. All of the brushes did a really great job, but I think my favorite so far, this one is definitely a favorite. I love how versatile this one is, that you can just, you know, reach around your dog's paws, around their ears and their face, and it's really safe all around there for them. And too big for Kinley. Well, that's good to know. But as far as getting the undercoat and doing such a good job of getting all the fur, this brush was my top pick for that. And this one works indoors because it captures all your hair for the dog. The purple one was pretty good too, but this one just did such a deeper pull of the hair. I've just done like 3 little across. The problem with this one is you have to be a little more gentle, a little more careful. It's not as easy around their ears and their face, but it gets so much hair and it just traps it right there until you're ready to pull the hair off into a hairball. Wow. So I think that one works a little bit better than the purple one for that. And I think that this one works a little bit better than the first ones that we were using that you can put on your hand. I don't know exactly. Oh yeah, you can fold it and put it away and just use this part if you wanted to, or you can pull it out. So this one's actually versatile. It does a little bit different. I think this one is a little bit better than those first ones we were using because those are great on your hand, but this one literally you can mold all around and it gets a lot more hair this way, but definitely this one's an outdoors. So there you go. There is our review. We are definitely going to be using these every single day on Rosie because it will help with the shedding in our house. So check these out. All of them are on Amazon. I'll have the links down below if you guys want to check out these different brushes for your dogs and see which one works best for you.
Bye.